Welcome Ranjini Sharma for Trinity Mirror News. The headlines. 3,000 fishermen from Rameshwaram keep off the sea to protest Coast Guard action. Government to start mapping address digitally. Embassy ensures that Indians in Zimbabwe safe after unrest. Rain delays start of opening test between India and Sri Lanka. Padmavati release will lead to serious law and order problems, Yogi Adityanath government tells centre. News in detail. K. Palniswamy seeks Narendra Modi's intervention in alleged firing on fishermen by Indian Coast Guard. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister K. Palniswamy took up with Prime Minister Narendra Modi the issue of alleged firing on two fishermen by the Indian Coast Guard and sought his intervention to avoid recurrence of such incidents. He said that 6 fishermen from Rameshwaram had ventured out for fishing in a mechanized boat on 13th November. He said in his letter to Modi, a copy of which was released to the media, that it is reported that while fishing within our territorial waters about 4 nautical miles from the shore near Olakuda, while one fisherman, Pichai, was injured in his left hand, another man, Johnson, was injured in his left shoulder. The Chief Minister said that they were admitted in the General Hospital at Rameshwaram and were undergoing treatment. Tamil Nadu IT Minister M. Manigandan also said that the matter would be taken up with the centre to ensure that such incidents did not recur. 3,000 fishermen from Rameshwaram keep off the sea to protest Coast Guard action. About 3,000 Rameshwaram fishermen struck work registering their protest against the Indian Coast Guard for allegedly opening fire and injuring 2 fishermen when they were fishing on the high seas in the Park Bay. More than 700 trawlers were anchored at the Rameshwaram fishing jetty as the fishermen resorted to one-day token strike demanding action against the Coast Guard personnel who allegedly opened fire on fishermen and for beating up 5 fishermen after boarding the trawler. Fisherman leader P. Sesuraja said that they have decided to observe a day's strike and a staged demonstration to draw the attention of the authorities to put an end to such attacks by the Indian Coast Guard and the Indian Navy. Meanwhile, Marine Police began probe and the team visited the spot at Park Bay. Tamil Nadu Governor Banwarilal Purohit justifies review meetings, ignoring the opposition criticism that he was trampling upon state autonomy by conducting meetings with government officials. Tamil Nadu Governor Banwarilal Purohit defended undertaking reviews, saying such meetings helped him appreciate good work. Mr. Purohit said that he would visit all districts in the state to learn about the schemes the local administrations were implementing. The governor had held a meeting with the Coimbatore collector, the city police commissioner, the corporation commissioner and other officials for 2.5 hours without the presence of ministers, triggering a political row. Local planning authority not compulsory for new government buildings. The state government has made approval of the local planning authority compulsory for government buildings. It will be applicable for getting planning permission, building permit, completion certificate and no objection certificate. This means that the government department with intent to construct new buildings will have to get the necessary permission from the concerned local planning authorities before starting construction. If the proposed buildings were within the jurisdiction of Chennai, approval would have to be secured from Chennai Metropolitan Development Authorities. Others would have to approach the local planning authority concerned of the Directorate of Town and County Planning for approval. Kejriwal Qatar resolved the Czech Delhi pollution. Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and his Haryana counterpart Manohar Lal Khattar resolved a put in sustained efforts to check pollution and discuss measures to ensure smog does not envelop the national capital in the winter of 2018. Kejriwal held nearly 90-minute meeting at Qatar's residence in Chandigarh, and it primarily centered around air pollution and stubble burning that is a major contributory factor to smoke, which has engulfed the nation capital and parts of Haryana and Punjab over the past nearly 2 weeks. A joint statement was issued after the meeting in which the environment ministers and other top officials also participated. They recognized deep and shared concern over the recent episode of heavy smog in the national capital region and agreed upon the need for action on many measures aimed at preventing its recurrence in the winter of 2018. We'll resume back after a short break.
வாப்பா வாகனம் ஓட்டி ஷூட்டிங் போலாமா?
சார் இன்னைக்கு லீவ் வேணும் சார். லீவ் லெட்டர்.
லீவா?
ஆமாம் சார்.
எத்தனை நாள் லீவு?
365 நாள் சார்.
365 நாள் லீவா? அதுக்கு பேர் லீவ் லெட்டர் இல்லையா, ராஜினாமா கடிதம். என்ன எழுதியிருக்கிற நீ? ஐயா, எங்கள் ஏரியாவில் டெங்கு ஜுரம் பரவி வருவதால் எனக்கு 365 நாள் விடுமுறை வேண்டும் என்று தாழ்மையுடன் கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன். அடா பாவி, ஒரு கொசுவுக்கு பயந்தா ஓடுற? வீட்டை சுத்தி இருக்க இடத்தையும் சுத்தமா வச்சுக்கிட்டாலே இந்த டெங்கு ஜுரம் பரவாதே. அரசாங்கம் சொல்ற எதையும் நீ செய்யறது இல்லையா?
கேக்குறேன் சார்.
என்ன கேக்குற?
மழைநீர் சேகரிப்பு கூட பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கேன் சார்.
மழைநீர் சேகரிப்பு திட்டமா? அது அம்மா கொடுத்த அருமையான திட்டமாச்சே. எப்படி சேகரிப்பு பண்ற
சார்? வீட்டுக்கு பண்ணிருக்கிற பழைய பிளாஸ்டிக் பக்கெட்டு, பிளாஸ்டிக் கப்பு, பெயிண்ட் டப்பா, அப்புறம் இந்த தேங்காய் ஓடு, ஆட்டுக்கல்லு, உரல், இந்த பழைய டயரு, இதெல்லாம் தண்ணி ஊத்தி வச்சிருக்கேன் சார்.
அட டொங்கு முருகா, ஏன் உங்க தாத்தா வாயை திறந்து தூங்கிட்டு இருப்பாருல்ல?
ஆமா சார்.
அந்த வாயிலையும் கொஞ்சம் நீரை சேகரிக்க வேண்டியதானே?
மறந்துட்டேன் சார். இப்ப போய் ஊத்திட்டு வந்தேன்.
அடப்பாவி, மழைநீர் சேகரிப்பு திட்டம்ங்கிறது நிலத்துக்கு அடியில சேகரிக்கிற நல்ல நீரியா? நிலத்துக்கு மேல தேங்கி நிக்கிற நல்ல நீரால தான் டெங்கு காய்ச்சலே பரவுது. அதை புரிஞ்சுக்காம தப்பு தப்பா பண்ணிக்கிட்டு இருக்கானே. தாய்மார்களே, இல்லத்தரசிகளே, டெங்கு கொசுங்கிறது அயல் நாட்டில இருந்தோ இல்லாட்டி ஆகாயத்துல இருந்தோ நம்ம நாட்டுக்கு வரல. நாமளே தான் அதை உற்பத்தி பண்றோம். எப்படின்னு கேக்குறீங்களா? பாத்தீங்களா, மூடி வைக்காத வாளி, இந்த தேங்காய் ஓடு, பெயிண்ட் டப்பா, பழைய டயரு, அப்புறம் அந்த தண்ணி தொட்டியில் தேங்கி இருக்கிற தண்ணி, இந்த மாதிரி தேங்கி இருக்கிற நல்ல நீர்ல இருந்து தான் டெங்கு காய்ச்சலை பரப்புற கொசு உருவாகுது. இல்லத்தரசிகளே, இன்னும் உங்களுக்கு புரியுற மாதிரி சொல்லட்டுமா? இப்பெல்லாம் மிக்சி கிரைண்டர்னு வந்துருச்சா? நீங்கள்லாம் உரல் ஆட்டுக்கள் பக்கமே போகிறதில்ல. அதையெல்லாம் தூக்கி வீட்டுக்கு பின்னாடி எங்கேயாவது வெளியே போட்டுடுறீங்க. அதில் மழை தண்ணி தேங்குது. அந்த நல்ல நீர்லேருந்து தான் டெங்கு காய்ச்சலை பரப்புகிற கொசு உருவாகுது. அந்த ஆட்டுக்கல் உரலையெல்லாம் அப்புறப்படுத்துங்க, இல்லாட்டி குப்புற போடுங்க. ஐயோ, அப்படிலாம் பண்ணால் வீட்டில் இருக்க லட்சுமி வெளியே போயிடும் அப்படின்னு சென்டிமெண்ட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா.
Welcome back. The government wants to map or address residential or professional digitally, something done by other for an individual's identification. The Deputy of Post has ordered a pilot project that will accord a 6-character alphanumeric digital address for every property for 3 postal PIN code locations. The idea is to provide e-locations for the addresses therein and then provide possibilities to link them to other info. E-location will help travelers and commuters search, share and navigate to a destination's exact doorstep far more easily and quickly. It will also reduce time, money, fuel wastage and expenses for businesses in the e-commerce, transportation, logistics and field operations domains. President Ramnath Kovind says yoga meant for the entire humanity. President Ramnath Kovind said that the knowledge of Gita gives the wisdom to understand what is wrong and what is right. After releasing the Hindi translation of Paramhansa Yohananda Gita, he said that whosoever practices the Gita in life, one can bear all kind of turbulence. He added that the knowledge of what is right and what is wrong comes from Gita Gyan. In the age of materialism, of competition, the writings of Swami Yohanand helps the youth to great extent. The president said that it gave him immense pleasure to be at the Yogada Satsanga Ashram as Paramhamsa Yohanand was born in Gorakhpur in Uttar Pradesh, which is his home state. The book was released at Yogada Satsanga Ashram. The Indian community in Zimbabwe is safe, the Indian mission in Harare said after unrest in the country that triggered speculation of a coup. Zimbabwe's army took control of the country and said that it had President Robert Mugabe and his wife in custody. The army said it was securing government offices and patrolling the capital streets following unrest. The Indian embassy in Harare, in a tweet, said that the situation in Harare is calm. Embassy staff, Indian community, both person of Indian origin and expat are safe. No reason for concern and worry. The beginning of Indian presence in Zimbabwe goes back to about 1890 when Indian plantation workers in apartheid South Africa crossed over the southern Rhodesia. The mission said that at present the number of Zimbabweans of Indian origin who are predominantly from the province of Gujarat is estimated at about 9,000. The strength of the expatriate Indian community is 500. Tillerson says board Myanmar sanction won't solve Rohingya crisis. Washington's top diplomat said that he would not yet push for sanctions against Myanmar over the Rohingya refugee crisis, but he called for an independent investigation into credible reports that soldiers committed atrocities against the Muslim minority. The Secretary of State Rex Tillerson was speaking for one-day stop in Naypyidaw as global outrage builds over impunity for a military accused of waging an ethnic cleansing campaign against the Rohingya. Speaking after meetings with the army chief and Suu Kyi, Tillerson said the board economic sanctions are not something that he think would be advisable at this time. One can't just impose sanctions and say therefore the crisis is over. He also said that Washington was deeply concerned by credible reports of widespread atrocities committed by Myanmar security forces and vigilance and urged Myanmar to accept an independent investigation into the allegation, after which individual sanctions could be appropriate. The first day's proceedings in India-Sri Lanka opening test was delayed as there was no let-up from rain and the conditions remained overcast because of a deep depression in the Bay of Bengal. The entire Eden Garden ground remained under thick white tarpaulin cover while the strip had 3 layering on it, and there is more forecast of rain for next 24 hours because of the system over West Central Bay. There was a brief hope in the morning as the drizzle had stopped and the cover on the wicket was removed while the groundmen were pressed into action with 4 super soppers to drain the water. It continued for nearly an hour, but as the toss time approached, it began to drizzle again and the covers were back on the wicket. The pictures appears grim for the match to start as the meteorological department has forecast heavy rain at isolated places, very likely over Gangetic West Bengal. We'll resume back after a short break.
Ready? போலாமா?
இப்படியே வா. கோவிலுக்கா? கோவிலுக்கு எப்பவுமே ட்ரெடிஷனலா வேஷ்டி கட்டிட்டு தான் வரணும். ரூம்ல ராம்ராஜ் பாக்கெட் வேஷ்டி வச்சிருக்கேன். ஆம்பளையா லட்சணமா கட்டிட்டு வாங்க.
வெண்மையில் தரிசனம் வேண்டுதல் நம் வசம்.
இங்க இது கோவில்.
ஓ சாரி.
செல்போனை வேஷ்டி பாக்கெட்ல வைங்க. வேண்டுதல மனசுல வைங்க.
Ramraj Next Velcro Pocket Dhotis Temple Collections.
Welcome back. PV Sindhu, Saina Nehwal, Prannoy cruised to round 2 at the China Open Super Series premiere. Eight India shuttlers PV Sindhu, Saina Nehwal and HS Prannoy entered round 2 of the singles event at the China Open Super Series premiere after registering contrasting victories. Saina defeated USA's Bivin Zhang in straight games 21-12 and 21-13 in just 29 minutes, while Prannoy took 1.5 hours to get the better of Lee Dong-kyu of Korea. Prannoy won the first round contest 18-21, 21-16 and 21-19. Pankaj Advani settles for bronze in a long-up format at World Billiards. India's 17-time world champion Pankaj Advani settled for bronze in the long-up format of the IBSF World Billiards Championship after losing to English opponent Mike Russell in the semi-finals. Russell reached the desired 1,250 mark ahead of Advani. After a strong start by Advani, Russell rose to the occasion and fired in breaks of 551, highest of the tournament so far, along with a 447 to race to the final final where he awaits the winner of Myanmar Naithwe U and England's Robert Hall. Earlier in the quarterfinals, both Indian Dhruv Sitwala and Saurav Kothari crashed out of the tournament, leaving Advani as the sole medal winner in this format of the championship. The Uttar Pradesh government apprised the centre that the release of Bollywood film Padmavati on 1st December will pose a law and order problem for the state. In a letter written to the Minister of Information and Broadcasting, Uttar Pradesh Principal Secretary Arvind Kumar said that the censor board should be apprised about the public resentment over the alleged distortion of facts in the movie. The censor board members should take a decision after taking into account people's view. They should be apprised about it. It has come to the notice through intelligent reports that the film producer have presented the movie for censor board clearance. After the release of the trailer of the movie on 9th October, various social and other organizations opposed the film. Kumar said that such strong protest has created law and order problems in the state. That's it for the news bulletins. Thank you. Have a nice day.